Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got a great blend for you guys today, so I'm going to jump right in. In continuing with the of August being, oh, my collar's a little, I'm a little sloppy today. No, continuing on herbal tisanes this month, we're going to move on to lemon verbana. And this is a very special one. I put it in a lot of mixes whenever I do. It's either lemon verbana or lemongrass, depending on my mood. Hey Sneha, welcome, and hey Dark Fifi, welcome. I see you down there on Twitch as well. So tonight's blend is actually a flower. It's not a. Hold on, let me. There we go. I'm gonna mute it. It's actually a flower herb, which is not Camellia sinensis, obviously. And it's grown, once again, we're doing a South America. Hey, Ma, welcome. We're doing a South American blend in conjunction with the guayusa, which we started off the month with. This one, however, is not caffeinated at all. It's just a flowered plant. So we're going to take a look at what it looks like, and it's very interesting. It's very leafy, and you can see just how it falls. It's like just chunks of leaf, very brown, very. Let me see if I can pull up one big one. Yeah, that'll do. So you see, it's just basically just cut and torn up into small chunks. Not the finest leaf raw material out there, but it's kind of chunky. We'll take a smell of it, of the dry leaf. And there's really not a whole lot of scent to it in this form. It smells kind of like earth and dirt. There's very little other scents while it's in this form. Like there's very very slight citrus, but not. It's not a very strong one, which I'm kind of surprised because when you think about lemon, you think about something that's vibrant and bright, and it's just in your face kind of a citrus smell. That one is not really that strong. So if we take a look at the wet leaf, we'll see there's really not much of a difference. It's darker in color. But since the dry leaf is already pretty open, you're not going to get much more open than that. So it looks pretty much the same after it's steeped rather than before. So let's see if it smells any difference. Oh yeah, there's a big difference there. Now it smells it smells more like lemon that way. It smells like lemon pledge. You have that crisp, clean lemon scent. And that certain kind of what's that smell? It's like that after smell that you get from the lemon pledge. Oh, but there's a huge difference in between the dry leaf and the wet leaf. Did I spill tea on the floor? No, I spilled tea on the tray. That's what I have it there for. Don't get so panicky. Oh, that smells nice. And now take a look at this color. That is gorgeous. On my phone and on the computer, it kind of looks like it's brown, but in person, it looks it looks kind of greenish to me. It's like a green yellow kind of tint to it. Make him clean it up. There's nothing to clean up. It's right on the tray. And now the liqueur has that same kind of smell. The intensity of it is just as strong as in the wet leaf. Which is kind of surprising because the dry leaf is very very, very mild on its own. Like I'm really having trouble smelling it, even with my face all the way up in there. So I guess like the water is a bit of a catalyst that brings it up and like really helps it shine. Otherwise, I would never know what this would potentially taste like. All right, so let's go ahead and take our first sip. Oh wow, that is really nice. It's a very vibrant taste. It tastes like it smells. There's no difference there really, except like if I compare it to Lemon Pledge, you would think that that would be bitter because of all the cleaning product in it, but it's not at all. This actually tastes like a crisp lemon citrus drink. It's not straight up sour, but it's got that same kind of tanginess to it. And it's very smooth. Like there's a slight mouthfeel that I have in there. It coats the tongue very lightly. And it takes a little bit of searching to find it as it lays on your tongue. But it's definitely there. It's just very thin. Oh, that's really nice. And what makes this really unique is that it's extremely blendable. When you put lemon verbena in anything, it does tend to pop, depending on the strength of the tea that you're mixing it with. Also, keep in mind if it's something like a Lapsang Souchong, it's going to be harder to blend it into. You'll have to use a whole lot of the lemon verbena. But otherwise, if it's just like a black tea or from black to white, if you have the black tea, it'll taste like a traditional lemon, like a lemon iced tea, you know. But if you put it against a white tea, it has the potential to overpower the white tea flavor. So you'll want to be a little bit careful how much you put in, depending on the blend that you're making. I would suggest always reading the leaf and knowing the ingredients separately before you mix them together. That's always been my advice when mixing up teas. Never just throw stuff in there. You should know what each one tastes like and what it's going to contribute to your specific blend. So that's my 2 cents worth of the day. Oh, that is really nice. It's very crisp too. It's smooth. There's no astringency whatsoever, and I found that it's really hard to oversteep an herbal blend. There's very few. I would say the easiest one is actually probably the yerba mate and or the guayusa, because those tend to be on the lighter side of the spectrum. But when you use stuff like the lemon verbena, or if you use the hibiscus or lemongrass or mint, those leaves tend to be stronger and not turn bitter, depending on the heat, the temperature of the water, and also the length of the steep. Oh man, this is like so refreshing. I really enjoy it. It's very lemony, very citrusy, but without the bitterness that you would get from drinking straight up lemon juice or biting into a lemon. You don't get the intensity of that flavor. This is really smooth. If you were to put sugar in it, I think it could make a really good lemonade. Even iced. I think iced, this might actually be really good too. And speaking of iced tea, I have learned quite a bit about making iced tea in the during my last class, and I'm going to start steeping in a completely different way. I've actually found out that doubling your serving of tea does not make it taste more intense. It actually retains of the more of the water, and so you're getting less out. Good to know. I'm going to start steeping my tea, my iced tea, in a different way, and I'll talk a little bit about it. Because why not? This will make a really good iced tea. So what they were talking about was brewing hot tea and then pouring cool water into the mix and then putting ice on top of everything else. So the idea process is to cool it down in stages. Now you're not going to just do this all like hot to cold to iced. That's not gonna cut it. Best thing to do would be to brew it hot. Once the 5 or 10 minute steep or whatever you're making is done, you pour the cool water into it, and then you wait another 5-10 minutes and then pour the ice to make it cold. So that seems to have had a really big effect on the flavor. And I'm going to start doing that from now on. Hey, Zam, welcome. Ooh, and I love the way that I love the flavor of it. It just kind of sits over the tongue and settles in little by little. And another thing that I love about this tea is that it's a long burn, which means the taste and the flavor just sits on your tongue for quite some time. Even now, I'm still tasting it as I talk. Oh, that is so good. I'm really enjoying this one. I haven't really talked about health benefits in a long time concerning teas. I think I touched a little bit about it last week on the hibiscus, and it's something that I want to keep bringing up because a lot of the time people ask me, well, how would it affect me? How is it good? Will it be will it help me in whatever symptoms? And while I'm not going to claim to be a doctor, so none of this is medical advice, but there have been studies as to what it helps with. And so I want to try to incorporate that back into the stream. I used to do it before, but it felt kind of repetitive. And, it's like I didn't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again because you guys have heard it all. But I think it's been a long enough time that's passed since I was doing it that I can probably bring it back. We'll see how it fits. Okay, so lemon verbena is said to help with a lot of digestive issues, stomach cramps, bloating, gas. What else was there? It was constipation, colic, diarrhea, and stuff like that. But it also said to have to help with. Okay, now this I'm not too. I admit I'm reading off the site because I like to have it listed so I don't forget anything. But they talk about how it helps you with hemorrhoids and varicose veins. Maybe that's a little bit harder for me to swallow. No pun intended, but little pun intended. I don't see how that would help with hemorrhoids unless you stick the hot tea bag back there or something. I don't know, but I'm not gonna get into that. and varicose veins also. Like, I don't know how it would help. It's also said to help with joint pain, which I'm more likely to believe only because they say the same thing about rooibos. So they have those qualities. It's just a matter of how good the source is. So I would most likely recommend it for the joint pain and less for like the hemorrhoids and the varicose veins. I mean, like, again, I'm not a doctor, so I can't really say what it will help, just what the studies have said. And it says trouble sleeping. That I can also get behind, only because, like, one, it's not caffeinated, two, it's nice and warm and refreshing, and three, it's very fragrant. And fragrance plays a huge factor in relaxation techniques. You know, like when people do yoga and they like burn the incense, or they have lavender in the room, or jasmine, or something that smells really nice. You can sit there and breathe it in and breathe it out, and you just inhale the pleasing scents, and it just helps you relax. So yeah, I can definitely get behind the sleeping, the help with sleeping thing, and also the stomach issues. I mean, it's warm water to help settle your stomach. A lot of warm liquids are said to help with stomach issues. So yeah, I can definitely get behind that. I mean, it's said that a lot of herbs are also good for your digestion. So, you know, it's roughage, essentially, that you drink. I just had this thought, calling it roughage, it's like liquid lettuce. I don't know why that popped into my head, or why it's so amusing, but it is. Anyway, okay, enough of that. Okay, we're done. All right. Okay, so I'm going to open up the floor. Questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, now's the time. I'm going to answer Teresa's question like I always do. What would I pair this with? Well, given the flavor profile, it's very lemony. It's very brisk. It's very light, but it's full flavored. Like the texture is light, but the flavor is full. This could probably go really well with ginger. If you're eating sushi, like the lemon verbana and ginger gives it a little bit of a kick with the what's the word I'm looking for? With the tang. A little kick with the tang? Yeah, I can see that happening. What else? Anything that would go well with lemon. I mean, like ice cream. I would definitely go with ice cream. I don't know. Suggestions, guys. What do you think lemon can go with? This one, like, I keep thinking about desserts, but I don't want to go that route. You know, I mean, like it seems easy to me to just say, oh yeah, it's definitely a dessert tea. We'll stick with that. But I think that we can do better. Souffle, possibly you could work with a souffle. It gives it that nice tangy undertone for it. Lemon cake is too easy. We'll just pair lemon with lemon. It works. No, give me a challenge here. Anything with mint. Yeah, lemon and mint. I've actually blended teas with lemon verbana and peppermint before, and it works. Indian food with yeah, depending on which dish. I would stick to more of the sweeter side, like a butter chicken, rather than like a really heavy kind of tikka masala. Anything that's too spicy might take away from the tang of it. It'll hide it way too much. So I would stick with the lighter part, the lighter tasting cuisine. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I almost forgot to do the Thomas taste. Let's do the Thomas taste. He was here actually yesterday, so Thomas, this one's for you. It's still it still tastes mostly the same. I'm not discovering anything new. Um, it's still very simple. Hey Jose, welcome. I'm drinking lemon verbana today. Um, and it's really hard. Like there's nothing really new that I'm picking up from the lemon verbana. I'm mostly it's a bold flavor, um, but it's not any different, and that's kind of disappointing. I love to like find new things. I mean the blend itself is delicious. I'm not going to say anything bad about the blend, but the fact that it's so simple, and I'm sitting here like trying to find something new, and it's just not there. You know. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I knew that was coming. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really getting anything. Nothing new, anyway. Oh, kind of disappointed about that. So, all right. Questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Now's the time. Thinking about announcements, I do have officially news, but I'm not going to share it yet because, like, it's about 90% done. I'll leave it at that. It's about 90% done. I'm just waiting on the last pieces to be finished. It's out of my hands now. But once it happens, I should know in the next couple of weeks. And I'm thoroughly excited. As a matter of fact, let me check because I did not check today. Just waiting on something. No. Yes, I do not have an update yet, but let me try one more place. I'm trying so hard not to say anything, but it's super exciting. Yeah, it's not done yet. Okay. I had to go straight to the source. But it's really good news when it does happen, so I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, things are moving along. And once that's done, I'm gonna I want to concentrate more on the social media aspect of the community and start bringing back the things that made it, well, that still makes it what it is, you know? I have been pretty quiet on social media, and it's for different reasons. But now that things are settling down and, you know, the future's looking pretty bright, we'll see where it goes. In the meantime, though, you guys are going to have to be sitting in, in suspense for a little while until I'm ready to make the announcement. And that's right, I need to be ready. Just messing around. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good stuff. Okay, so I guess if there's no further questions, I'll go ahead and sign off. Thanks so much. That's right, I am absolutely a tease. Thanks so much for joining me. This has been a very delicious blend. I'm going to post the link in the comments, I always call it the comment, in the description as I always do. And I encourage you guys, give it a shot. And, if you like lemon, experiment with it because it's very easy to blend. It's stuff that you like. So, until next time, have a great night, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye!